Hey guys, so you are going to practice graphing equations, and it is important that you actually graph these. So that's why this unit I'm giving you several different sheets to hopefully you can print them and write them, because that's how you get more comfortable with graphing, if you can literally do it, not just watch someone else do it. So if you're not going to print this, hopefully you can use some sort of PDF writer. You can write on it, which is it's going to be very similar to actually, taking paper and pencil and doing it yourself. But this sheet can be a little confusing, so I did want to talk to you about it for a minute. So let's read the directions. It says, write the X and Y intercepts of the graph of the equation. Use them to draw the graph. If extended, the graph will cross a letter. Write this letter in the box containing the exercise number. So for you guys, when you go to graph these, you can do it one of two ways. You can follow the directions and use the X and Y intercepts. Or one thing you can always do is you can write the equations in slope intercept form and graph them that way. I'm going to do a couple of them, and I'm going to do them both ways, so you can do whichever way you want to, okay? All right, so we're going to do number one first. So X plus Y equals 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is just write it in slope intercept form, which means I'm going to solve for Y. I want Y by itself. So I'm going to get rid of this positive X by subtracting X from both sides. So Y is equal to negative X plus 4. So when I graph, I always start at that Y-intercept, 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my dot. Come on. Oh, my pen is so sensitive. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. And then my slope is negative 1 over 1. So I'm going to go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, so on and so forth. And then eventually I'm going to see that it's going to take me to a particular letter. Come on. All right. So if I extend this line like it says, it would take me through the letter T. So at the bottom of the paper, I'm going to find the 1. I'm going to write a T there. All right. So let's go back and pretend that I don't want to write it in slope intercept form. I want to follow the directions and just solve my X and Y intercepts, okay? So when you are going to use your X and Y intercepts, when you use your X intercept, you're going to make Y equal to 0. And the opposite is true. If you're going to find your Y-intercept, that's when you make X equal to 0, right? So going back to the original equation, so if I want to start with my X-intercept and I want Y to equal 0, well, if Y is 0, I don't need to write plus 0, do I? So basically it tells me that X is equal to 4. Well, what coordinate would that be? We said that X is equal to 4 when Y is 0, correct? And then if I did it again, this time I want to use the Y-intercept by making X 0. So if I just put a 0 right here, you never write plus 0. You wouldn't say that 5 plus 0 is 5. You would just write 5. So now it's telling me that Y equals 4. And what's my coordinate? Well, Y is 4 when X is 0. So I'm going to graph those 2 points. So I'm going to come up here to 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my Y-intercept. My X-intercept is 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can draw my line. And I would still, if I could draw a straight line, I would still go through the letter T. Okay? All right, so you choose which of those you like better. Let's do at least probably 2 more. Let's do number 3. All right, number 3, I'm going to solve it first by putting it in slope intercept form, which simply means to solve for Y. So I'm going to solve for Y, so I'm going to get rid of positive 2x. Well, the only way to get rid of a positive 2x is to subtract 2x. So I'm going to write 5y is equal to negative 2x plus 10. And then to get rid of times 5, I'm going to divide every single term by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 1 times y is y. So I have negative 2/5 x, and then 10 divided by 5 is positive 2. So there's my slope-intercept form. I'm going to start with my y-intercept, which is at 0, 2. And then I have a negative slope. My rise is 2, so I'm going to go down 2, right 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this is going to take me off my graph, and there's no letter right here in this area, which means I need to go back to my y-intercept, and I'm going to do the opposite. Instead of going down 2, right 5, I'm going to go up 2, left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when I draw my straight line, which is just impossible for me, ooh, bam. I see I went through the letter E. So number 3 is E. And guys, I don't care so much about the joke of the punchline of the joke as I do with you. Actually, you literally need to practice doing these lines, okay? Just so you're more comfortable with them. All right, I'm going to go back and solve by using the x and y intercepts. You'll probably like that better, but only if you practice it and feel more comfortable with it. So maybe you could do half of these one way with the x intercepts, the x and y intercepts, and the others by doing the slope intercept form. All right, so we're going to do number 3 one more time. And I know we already know the answer, but we're practicing, right? So when we want the x-intercept, what does that mean? We're going to make y equals 0. So going up here, if y equals 0, look right here. Isn't 5 times 0, 0? Yep. So that would go away. And I would say 2x equals 10. And when I divide both sides by 2, I find out that my x-intercept is 5. So my x is 5 when y is 0. So that's my x-intercept. So now I'm going to do my y-intercept, and I know we already know what it is because we just solved for slope-intercept form, but just as a practice, this time we're going to make our x equal 0. So what's 2 times 0? 2 times 0 is 0. That would go away. So I would be left with 5y is equal to 10. And then when I divide both sides by 5, I find out that y equals 2. So when does y equal 2? When x equals 0. Okay? So I'm going to graph my x-intercept. I'm going to go right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. And then my y-intercept is 0, 2. And I could still draw that line. If you have a ruler, it's so much easier to see which letter your line is going to go through. So if you have a ruler, that would go right through letter E. Okie doke. All right, we'll do one more, you guys. What else can we do? So the first one had a negative slope. No, it didn't. Yeah, but both of them we've done has a negative slope, right? Yes. All right, so let's find one with a positive slope. How about 8? We'll do number 8. All right, so we're going to do it both ways. So the first way, I'm going to write the equation in slope-intercept form, which means to solve for y. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. So I'm going to bring down 3y is equal to 4x minus 12. I'm going to divide every term by 3. So y is equal to 4 over 3x minus 4. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to graph my y-intercept at 0, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my rise is 4. Oh, wait, I think you're supposed to be graphing these. Is this how it's divided up? Yeah, I think these 4. So these 4 problems go on this graph and these 4 problems go on this graph. I'm pretty sure. Isn't that what the paper looks like? I don't have an actual copy of the paper. I can't see the rest of it, but I think that's right. You guys, hopefully you agree with me. All right, so let's put it on this graph. So we're going to come down here to 0, -4. And then our rise is a positive slope. So we're going to go up 4, right 3. So from here, we got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I could do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now we almost thought it would go through N, but it misses N, doesn't it?
We are now in a severe weather drill. Severe weather drill. Please follow all COVID procedures. Thank you.
Aren't y'all sad you're not here in the building to do these drills, fire drills, severe weather drills, intruder drills? All right, so anyway, so we found out that letter number 8 is R, okay, because we did slope intercept form. So now let's go back and pretend we don't know that number 8 is letter R, and we're going to solve it with this X and Y intercepts. So here's our original equation. Like I said, I want you guys to practice finding both. Listen to your teacher. Do what your teacher says. All right, so we're going to find the x-intercept by making y equals 0. All right, so if y equals 0, what's 3 times 0? 0. That goes away. We would end up with -4x equals -12. And then to get rid of times -4, I'm going to divide both sides by -4. So x-intercept is 3. So x is 3 when y is 0. Okay, just always remember those intercepts are always an ordered pair. One of the numbers has to be 0. All right, so then when we find the y-intercept, what does that mean? That means you're going to make x equals 0. So what's -4 times 0? 0. So we would end up with positive 3y equals -12. When I divide by 3, I would find out that my y value is -4 when x equals 0. So I'm going to graph 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0. And then I'm going to graph 0, -4, -1, 2, 3, 4. And once again, when we connect our dots, we're going to find out that 8 is R. All right. So hopefully this helped you guys. I appreciate you watching my video. Those of you that are still watching, I appreciate you. So do this and let me know what you get as your punchline to your hilarious joke. I know y'all love my joke puzzles. I know you do. Makes your whole day when you go, oh, another joke. I can tell my dad this dad joke later on today. He'll appreciate it. Go tell him. All right, you guys. Well, have a good day. And if you need me, let me know. See you later.